Hello there. Please excuse the croaky voice, I'm just getting over something nasty, but hey, look what I've got. Atari 2600, or VCS as they're also known. So this is Atari's second generation console, and I bought it a couple of months ago and just finally got round to finding some time to do something with it. So yeah, really happy to get into this because I used to have one of these when I was a bit younger. Not quite sure what happened to it. Anyway, what did I get? I've got a console, untested, a couple of joysticks, paddles with one broken dial, but that's fine. I've got another set of these. RF cable, another RF cable for some reason, power supply which doesn't look to be original. In fact, I'd definitely say that's an aftermarket one, so I'll check that out. And some carts. So Frogger. Something without a label, who knows? It's got Parker Brothers written on the back of it. All the usuals, Pole Position, Pac-Man, Space Invaders, the combat cartridge I think that came bundled with it. E.T. looks like somebody's tried to break into that one. Tennis. Pressure cooker with a very greasy label. And it wouldn't be complete without Centipede. Right, so I want to put power to it and just see if it works, I think, before I do anything else. But I want to have a look at this power supply first, because it's an aftermarket one and I don't think it's been wired in the best way, maybe. So I think I best just check that out first. Yeah, that's not the neatest job. And the, yeah, that strain relief does absolutely nothing as well. It's probably good enough to test it, but I can't leave it like that. What's the other side like? Yeah, that's not great. It's a lot of exposed wire, and again the strain relief is doing nothing. And oh, there's that, which actually has some exposed wire there as well. So yeah, let me get the multimeter out. Right, I just want to make sure first I don't have any dead shorts. No, got some resistance, but I think that's just the coil. No dead shorts. Try the high tension side. No, I think that's just the coil again. Okay, let me put some power to it and see where it's kicking out. Now it's one of these variable ones. So it'll switch between 6, 9 and 12 volts. It says stabilised power supply, which probably means it's got a smoothing cap in there. I think stabilised does not imply regulated. Let's just put some power to it and see what we get. In fact, let me just put this back cover on first. Right, it's plugged in. Let's just swap that to volts DC. Let's see what it's kicking out. Set to 9 volts. What's it doing? 11.4 volts. Yeah, I mean, it's not under any load at the moment, so that's probably fine. I think the 2600, I think it needs a minimum of 7.5 volts with centre pin positive. I think the original probably came with a 9 volt. Let's just check the polarity on this. Polarity is fine. Okay, I think that needs looking at a bit further, but I think it's okay just right now, just for testing. I just want to see if I can get a video signal, so I'll go and set that up. Ah, lovely. So it's on, and I've got the tennis cartridge in there, and I'm getting that. Let's try another one. Ah, that works. Maybe it's just a dirty contacts on the cartridge. Oh, excellent. Try a few more. That works. That one's not too happy. Okay, so yeah, I'm hoping that's just dirty contact, but we'll find out. I'll dig into it a bit further. I think this power supply is going to be getting attention first, though. Well, that was a bit encouraging, I suppose. I'm getting something out of the unit, so it's probably not completely stuffed. Maybe the rest of the cartridges will work when I clean the contacts up. Fingers crossed. So what we'll do now is I'm going to look at this power supply. May sound daft, but I actually quite like finding these sort of badly bodged messes, because not everyone's got electronics know-how. It just reminds me of somebody sitting in the bedroom who just wants to play a few games, and they've got this to work in any way they could. I don't know, makes me smile. But I can't leave it like that. It's not really safe. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take the cables off. I'm going to solder the ends up so we get a bit more of a more solid connection, and do something with that strain relief as well. Do something with these cables. Now let's just get rid of that. So all I've done there is just made some little hooks and bound it all together with some solder. That should make it for a better connection. And I've cut back the length of cable as well that's coming out of the main sheath, just so the cable support has something to grip onto. That way would help. Let's get the polarity right. That's got to be a bit safer. Cable grip, got a nice tight pull on it, and there's no exposed wire anymore now. I'm not even going to try and unravel that. I think we'll just cut it. Yeah, twisted together and sellotaped. Fair enough. Right, again, a little bit neater now. And I've just added some heat shrink onto the cable just to give the strain relief something to bite onto. So that's nice and solid now. Excellent. Let's have a go and see if I can clean up the contacts in this cartridge port. I think I'll take the whole thing apart anyway and give it a good clean. Oh, something's still got that. The front, are they pop clips? Maybe. We're in. It'd be good to take this apart anyway and give it a good clean because it is absolutely disgustingly dirty. Yeah. Okay, so I've got access to the cartridge port now. I want to see what's behind this cover. There we go. Well, it's a bit grotty in places, so I'll give the whole thing a clean. I'll see if I've got these caps in. If I have, I'll change those out while I'm here. But everything looks, other than being dirty, looks okay. I can't see anything. Oh no, there we go. I say I can't see anything that's leaked, but no, there's some, it's like something has here. A little bit of corrosion here and there. Yeah, I'll give the whole thing a clean up, or give it a recap, clean the case up and put it all back together. We should be done. Okay, this is weird. The capacitor here, positive was connected here, the negative was just soldered right onto this component here. Bit of an odd way of doing it. If you look at the silk screen, it should have an axial capacitor going right through, and there is a connection. Or I could put it through there That's just an odd way of doing it. I'll replace it as the old one came out. They've done the same weird thing again, so I think what I might do is I'll test that via there with a multimeter and make sure it makes good connection, and rather than just tack it onto the component leg, I'll put it through the hole. Odd. Give it all a squirt of contact cleaner. Right, so the board's been cleaned and recapped. This one there, yeah, it should have been an axial and I only had a radial, so I've just sort of done some component leg origami to make it fit. This one there, that was leaking, so I had to just clean up a little bit underneath it. This one here was soldered to the leg of this component here. I don't know why they've done that, because there's a pad right next to it that makes the same connection, so I've just utilised that. And then they did the same thing here. They soldered the one of the legs to one of the components. I've just moved it to a little via there that I found. It makes the same connection. I don't know why they didn't do that in the first place. Maybe I'll power it on, it'll explode, and that'll be the reason. I don't know. Anyway, yes, this is covered in contact cleaner at the moment. I'm just gonna let that dry off. And while the board's drying, I might as well give the case a wash, because it's disgusting and it's full of somebody else's dirt. My own dirt I can handle, but somebody else's not so much. So I want to give it a wash, but I want to try and get this little membrane out first, and this connects to the select and reset buttons. So I don't really want to be submerging that underwater. So I'm wondering if I push the buttons out, I can get this out. I don't know. Let's see. Try not to break anything. Old brittle plastics, and that's one out. Now they just push through. And there goes the other one. Wonderful. Will this come out? No, there's still something holding that in. What? I don't want to force it. Oh, there it goes. Ah, there's a little peg that it hooks onto, and that was doing it. Okay, that came out fairly easy. Right, this can go... Oh, do you know what? Let's see if we can get these off. If I just push the clips in gently. That's that side. There we go. Yep. There we go. Right, okay, this can all go and have a bath. Okay, so while the case dries out on my draining board, I thought I'll have a look at the cartridges. So this one failed to boot, and it seems to be missing the outer protective cover for the contacts. So maybe it's just got dirty contacts, I don't know. I'll give it a go with some contact cleaner and see if it improves things. Be a nice easy fix if it did. ET seemed to work okay, but well, let's give it a clean anyway. So this has got one of those plastic covers. So I'm thinking if I just put a screwdriver in there, yeah, I can force that back, get to the contacts. Anyway, I'm going to go through, I'm going to clean the rest of these. I'm going to be doing pretty much the same thing with all of them. I'll let you know when I'm done. So the paddles that came with it, I've got a broken dial. There's actually a missing piece of plastic in there, and I don't have the missing piece. So to fix it, I'd have to fabricate something. So I'm not going to bother, because I do have another set of paddles. So I think I'm just going to go with these. What I will do is I will take the back off and I'll just clean out the potentiometers, just in case they're starting to get a bit scratchy. There we go. Right, let everything dry. There's nothing I can do now until everything does dry, and then I can start putting things back together. I'll bring you back then. Right, reassembly. Right, so we're back together and my tennis game now works. However, if I give the cartridge the slightest knock, and this goes for any cartridge, yeah, it's going to crash. So we've still got a problem, and I think we've got a problem with the cartridge port. So it's going to have to come apart again. I'm going to have to take that apart and see if I can tighten it up a little bit. Oh hum. Oh, how annoying. Never mind. I'm going to go through and I'm just going to retouch all of these connectors on the other side and make sure nothing's fractured or fatigued. Right, change of plan. I'm going to take the connector off altogether and I'm going to clean it properly. Connector's out. I'll see if I can take that apart and clean it out properly. If you don't want to do anything like this, get one of these. I can't even begin to describe how superb this thing is and how much of a time saver. I mean, that's out. That took me 5 minutes with no damage. Seriously, get one of these. Right, let's see what we can see. It looks like it separates. This is where things come springing out. Okay, so that'll come off. Can I push the contacts out and clean them, I wonder? Let's give it a go. Gently push on the desk. They're not coming easily and I don't want to push any harder, so I'm gonna say probably not. Okay, I've got an idea. Bear with me. Okay, this is an ultrasonic jewellery cleaner. I use it for cleaning watch parts, along with some really nasty chemicals, because that's one of my other hobbies. I restore and repair watches, case in point. That's not what I'm going to use this for now. I'm going to use it to clean the connector. Now, the chemicals I would normally use in this for the watch parts would dissolve the plastic in no time at all, so I'm not going to use that. I am going to use, and this could be a bad idea, just a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Just enough to cover it. And we'll give that a few minutes. And trust me, this will get it immaculately clean. Set that going. So I've soldered it back in and I can waggle the cartridge. Steady as a rock. Fixed. Right, I can put it back together. Again. Right, we're all back together and I've got a nice stable cartridge slot, so I can actually try out some games now. Now I had one of these when I was about 13, 14. It was a friend of mine gave it to me, and he gave me, I think the games were Obelix and Asteroids, and that was it. They're the only two games I've ever played on this, so this will be interesting. I'll try this tennis one first. How do I start it? Select, 2 players slow, 1 player slow, that'll do. That'll do. Yeah. Haha. Okay, well that has its charms. I mean, no one wants to sit here and watch me play games, I'm sure, so I'll just skip through what I've got. So that's tennis. Pac-Man should be... Ugh. I seem to remember this not getting the best write up, this version of the game. See why. It's alright, it plays. I'm not very good at it, but it plays. Space Invaders. Should just be Space Invaders. And I've got to say, for RF, I'm getting a really nice clear picture. Hours of fun, this game. Never played it on this platform before. Plays okay. So we can get him. Haha! Oh, right, okay. What else have I got? Frogger. I think I've only ever played this on the Spectrum or something similar to it anyway. Alright, enough of the jingle, let me play. Excuse me. Come on. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Frogger. Centipede, another classic. It's nice that all my cartridges seem to work now as well. Ha. This game's awesome. Oh, come on. Ha! Got you in all. Anyway, you get the idea. Combat, whatever that is. Oh, it must be a two-player. Oh, there's different levels as well. Okay, cool. Pole position. Played so much of this when I was a kid, but that was on a BBC Micro. How do I change gear? Or do I? Oop. Okay, you get the idea. Pressure cooker is something I'm not familiar with, so let's give it a go. Reset. Ah, there we go. Can't seem to move. Oh no, there we go. Go, wait, oh. What am I doing? Ah, well I have that. Okay. Nope, no idea what I'm doing. So read the manual on this one. Got that. Oh, I don't know. I'll come back to it. Ah, the mystery card, the one with no label on it. Let's do it again. I've got 2 copies of Frogger. Wonderful. Would anyone like to buy a copy of Frogger? Nuts. There we go. This is a game that got absolutely panned, isn't it? How do I get out of here? Ah. Oh, there's some dude. Get out of it. Oh, I've been kidnapped. And apparently I've not been guarded, so I'm just going to bugger off. I don't know what people are complaining about. This has the potential to be the greatest game I've ever played. Yeah. Get your bloody... Get out. Anyway. That's that. I think I'm done with the video. I'm just gonna... Oh, just be quiet. Yeah, I think I'm done with the video. I think I'm going to call it there. It seems to work absolutely fine as it is now. The only other thing I could maybe see myself doing with this in the future is maybe some sort of RF modification for composite. Not RF, yeah, sorry, composite modification and remove the RF, I should say. But, I mean, the picture's really stable, so I'm not sure it's actually needed. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I've ordered some more games for it as well, now that it's all working, so I'm going to go and game me socks off, I think. Thank you for watching, and have a nice, whatever time of day it is where you are.